And welcome to One Nation Network TV on YouTube because I don't like broadcasting on Facebook anymore. I told you I lost it all because I had to reboot everything.
Okay. Wow.
I am Dirty, and sitting right there next to me is the one, the only, the lovely, best-selling Amazon author in the world, the woman from the Powerful Prayer series.
Powerful prayer to protect and bless your family. Linda Brown.
I can't hear you on the microphone.
Linda B.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me now?
I can. Let me turn you up a little.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
All right, Linda B.
That's my sidekick.
All right. We
What's
got
up, lady?
Stuff to talk about.
I know, right?
Right?
Don't we? We got some major stuff to talk about tonight.
We do. Okay, so I'm going to send you this so we can.
What are you sending me?
I'm sending you the information about the Dominican Republic.
Oh,
We talked
yeah,
about
that's some
that.
crazy ass shit.
It is. We've got
People
crazy
dying
going.
left and right.
Trying to go on vacation and you don't even wait. You come back dead.
You come back in a body bag.
I know, right?
You know, that's kind of scaring me, Linda, because you know I'm going on vacation. I'm going on a cruise.
Right.
We're going to Aruba,
Right.
the Dominican.
Is the Dominican part of that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't get off the boat.
Why?
And don't, because that's where they're dying. They're dying.
You think anybody...
Unfortunately.
You know who I'm going with, right?
Who? I know you're going with Mrs. Dirty.
Mrs. Dirty.
Right.
And I'm going with 6'4",
Okay.
300 pounds.
Taking the wrestler with you.
I'm taking the POD.
But if it's something in the, apparently there's something in the mini bars.
I'm going to post this to
You
Facebook.
guys are trying to get something out of the mini bars.
We're going on a cruise, though.
Yeah, so you should be okay.
Right, yeah.
Be very careful when you get to the Dominican Republic.
Well, apparently it's that Bombay vodka. That Bombay Blue vodka.
No.
They recalled it across the world.
Really?
Yeah, because it's something with the, I saw something that it is with the vodka. It's acting retarded.
I have heard that for some reason they're believing that it's something that's in the mini bars.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're morons. What do they know?
That 10 people have died,
Yeah,
you know.
that's all right. I'll take my chances.
Okay.
You know me.
I will be looking for a new co-host.
At the end of
Maybe
September,
Doug can make it back.
at the end of September, Linda will be looking for a new co-host.
Send all resumes to Spoken Word Press 45 at gmail.com.
There you go. Thanks a lot, Linda.
No problem.
You're gonna kill me.
Right.
Why does this say I'm broadcasting under? I'm broadcasting. Oh, you know why? Because I got to change this one. Hold on.
Now, are you live streaming?
Yeah, on our YouTube page, and I just shared it over to Facebook. See right up here on my One Nation Network. But
I thought we were going to start doing it off our One Universal production. Why do I see that up there?
no, we're doing right here. We're broadcasting.
Off One Nation?
Yeah, we're broadcasting on One Nation TV
Okay.
on our YouTube. So we're broadcasting on One Nation Network TV online series.
Okay.
I just didn't change this yet.
Oh.
So, see, I have to do this. So, actually, I could just do it this way. Ready? Watch. I'm going to go right here. You want me to put it on One Universal?
South, what does it say?
Yeah, that's a messed up email. I got to fix that.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about that
is
email.
you.
Yeah. No, that's me.
Oh, okay.
That's me. I just haven't went live.
Not under somebody else's.
No. Like, if you go right now to One Nation Network TV on YouTube, you'll find us.
Okay.
Or if you even go to our Facebook page.
As a matter of fact, I was going to go ahead and do a watch party.
Yeah.
Facebook page.
So go to our Facebook page. You can still find us on Facebook.
Exactly.
We're just not broadcasting directly off Facebook anymore.
Right.
And Linda, I kind of like the way the studio is kind of set up tonight. It's a little different.
Right.
The lighting is.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
I mean, I'm a little darker. You're a little lighter. You know?
Right. Oh, you did kind of light me up a little bit there. But first of all, I have to tell you how
I think it's because I turned that light on.
Could be.
Could be.
But I love the set, Dirty.
It is pretty cool, right?
It's so freaking
You
cool.
like that?
Yes.
You're gonna notice we're gonna have new sets.
Right.
It's very hard to build new sets in this studio, Linda.
Okay.
So, you, Jim, you guys are gonna have to back up off of me. It's a little hard to build sets in this studio.
Dirty.
Just saying.
Okay. But who's the one that gets a Woody? Let's keep it real. Whenever you think about changing anything,
No.
we walked in just what 10 minutes ago,
Right, that's true.
ready to start the show, when all of a sudden, hey Linda, I kind of got a wild hair up my ass. I'm like, here we go.
I'm gonna change the lights around a little.
And you did.
And look how good we look.
I know.
No pixelation.
But here's the thing. Whenever we tell you, okay, Dirty looks good. All right, but guys, just you and Jim gonna have to lay off of me. Lay off of you.
Yeah.
We try to stop you from doing everything.
You guys are like cracking me.
Oh, we're cracking you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're like, man, Dirty, you gotta do something with the studio. We need a new studio look.
But if I mean, I really got jealous because you did so well with the DCS Man Cave show that airs on Monday.
That's right.
That I looked on there and I was like, ooh, I really, really like that studio. And that's why I told you, feel free to kind of, mix it up a little bit on ours,
You yell at me.
I only yelled at you when you were mixing it up while we were broadcasting a show.
See, people, we always don't get along.
Right.
We always don't get along.
Yes, because on this one particular show, I won't talk about which one, he kept moving us. He was just having a freaking good time putting us on top of the hedge. And I'm like,
that was when we were with Kevin.
Yes, it was.
Hey, but Kevin was having a fun time with it. He said sitting on that bush kind of felt good.
But we don't want, when we're talking about something as important as what Kevin was talking about, we don't want people to go, what's he going to sit him on next?
Boy, at that time where we
put him on top of one of the flags?
I did. Well, yeah. I mean, hey, that flagpole felt really good.
Right. So I don't mind you switching stuff up. Just
right.
Like, this looks really great because we look great.
Yeah.
We've got our older.
We got the older logo going. Right.
And I love the one that, oh, you know what?
Which
As a
one?
matter of fact, I would tell you to bounce out that old logo and put in the universal one with the 5 of us.
You want that one?
Yes.
But you yell at me when I change things.
See how he's trying to be difficult? Okay. I will allow you to make that one change right now.
Okay, so I'll make that.
Because I want you guys to see what he does with this.
I'll make the one change.
He is so good. He is a pain in the ass, but he is so good.
That's what Jim says.
You're like our problem child. We're going to start calling you JR. You guys remember that movie?
What movie?
You never saw Problem Child with JR?
Oh yeah.
Right.
You talking this logo? You know, this is like 30 seconds behind, so it'll be a minute. Yeah, right there. That's the logo. See it? With the 5 of us.
Yeah. Let's see
with the microphones. We're all holding the microphones and all that one. So you like that one?
Yes.
But this is One Nation Network, a part of One Universal Production.
Right. And we're a part of One Universal Production. So we can
okay. All right, then.
And what I love about it, so you see the 4 guys and the female? So that's me.
That's right. Okay, so I could do. Look, okay, so while you're saying that.
Okay. Let me put my headphones on.
Yeah, because you're a little quiet. You're not up on the mic like you normally are. But that's okay.
How's that? Right.
Yeah, there you go. Now I can really hear you.
Don't get on the mic.
Don't get on the mic. Get on the mic. All right, I could do this studio, but I don't know how much you really like this one.
Okay.
No, that's too much to work on. Here, I'll pull it over. I could do this one and have 3 separate logos.
Oh, no. I love the one we have right now.
Okay, then. Okay. I'm just going to leave it like that.
Exactly.
So I don't get yelled at tonight.
Yeah. He always thinks I'm yelling at him. Trust me, he will know when I'm yelling. Am I right, guys? Okay, so what I'm doing is so we're now broadcasting from our YouTube channel.
Correct.
And so I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can set up a watch party.
Right, which that's what I'm looking here now. Because I just went to our page, and there it is right there.
Yay!
Right? Is that it? Yeah. So if you just click on it.
Oh, it sure is, isn't it?
Yeah. Click on it, and boom.
Okay.
It pulls you right, the link puts you right to it.
Awesome.
And there you go.
Okay. So that's how you can actually get right to us, guys.
Yep. That's just absolutely
As a matter of fact,
true.
Let's do that instead of the watch party.
What?
What you just did. I'm going to do it on my page.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And then you can share it to,
Exactly.
because you could still share it like right here. You'd still be able to share it.
Right.
Share it to the page so I could do
Exactly.
this. So like I could do this. No, I want to do no. Whoa. Look, I could go right here to Sunday brunch. I
Yeah.
can share it right to the Sunday brunch page.
Absolutely.
Boom, and there it is,
Okay.
which is a really good show. If you guys,
Thank you.
Linda's Sunday brunch show is a little bit different
It's
from
better
our
now.
show.
Yep.
I mean, yours is more about more education of
Exactly. I kind of talk about a little bit of everything.
yeah,
The emphasis this particular season is on Africa.
right. Yes, that's what a lot of yours has been on.
Exactly.
And speaking of that, there was a guy that you sent me today
Uh-huh.
that we're going to watch right here on YouTube.
Okay.
We're going to get to it because, you got to love YouTube. They have commercials now. And we're going to get commercials.
Yeah.
But you sent this to me.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Let me get to
Bo is one of my favorite YouTube bloggers.
what is going on here. Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Nope, I don't want to do that. There we go. Okay. So let me get back.
All right, and let's kind of set it up a little bit. He's talking about the incident that happened in Phoenix, Arizona,
Correct.
with the family, where apparently there was a family of 4, mother, father, she's pregnant, and they're carrying an infant, and then they have a 4-year-old daughter,
Right.
who apparently they're at the Family Dollar store,
Yes.
and apparently the 4-year-old walked out with the doll. You know how kids can be, especially when you're not paying attention. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying she's 4 years old, and somebody called the police, and
Right.
he's talking about the police response.
Yeah, which was ridiculous.
It was crazy.
So, I mean, bear with this, but, hey, this is the One Nation Network. I am Dirty. Sitting right there next to me is the one, the only.
Lynn B.
We will, and then, hey, watch this video. We're going to play it for you. We guys want you to listen, and we'll probably interrupt here and there. But, I mean, it's a really informative video
Right.
that you guys really need to watch.
And I love it that it's coming from his point of view.
Correct.
You know.
Well, howdy there, people. It's Bo again. I had a friend at the shooting today. Pulled up to work. It's a gun-free zone, so he took his weapon out, secured it in his car, got out of his car, locked his car, gunfire rang out. Looked like, from the photo, 50 yards away. So every good guy with a gun out there knows what happened next. He unlocked his car, grabbed that weapon, and moved to engage the threat, right? No, of course not. Because this isn't the comment section, this is real life. He went to the federal building where there's armed security and they locked it down. Everybody has this image that they're a superhero or supervillain. And they know how
I
to
apologize.
respond.
This is the shooting. I picked the wrong one. This is the one that I wanted to pick. So here we go. This one is okay. Again, this again is the he's talking about the Phoenix incident with the little 4-year-old child. That is this incident that he's talking about.
Yeah, and the Barbie.
And we're trying to get him on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out.
Right, we're trying to get him on. So here you go. So sorry about that. I apologize. So here you guys go.
We're going to talk about Phoenix. We're going to hit the things that most people are talking about in a matter of seconds. And then we're going to get to the meat of this issue. Because there's a lot of things that people are not talking about that they need to be talking about. Okay, so Phoenix PD released their fact sheet, which was really light on facts. If you were to just look at their fact sheet, there was no force used. More importantly, why would we believe this? After what we saw and what was apparently in the original reports, why would we believe anything that comes out of that department? The credibility of that department is ruined. It is gone. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that it's all true. It makes things worse, not better. Okay, so first you have to address the fact that they made that first stop. At that point they should have known, because the first question, who's in the car? So they knew there were kids present when all of this started. That makes all of their other actions that much more reprehensible. Now, let's say they shoplifted some stuff. Let's say that happened, even though there's no charges. Let's just say that happened. I'm going to pop a cap in you over this. Is it worth it? Does that make sense? Congratulations, Phoenix PD. You have the same propensity for violence as an addict looking for a fix. Good job. And you're acting as though that might justify it. It doesn't. It makes it worse. Okay, now to the meat of the issues. Homework.
Okay.
Right now,
all right, Linda. So let's talk about this for a minute, right?
Let's talk about a cop asking me for training.
Let me pause this. So wait, now this is another white guy. I know that's a goofy picture of him, ain't it?
I'm looking at something. I'm getting weird from what I'm trying to do on this, but go ahead.
Oh, let me turn you up a little. So this is a white guy talking about how a police officer basically terrorized the family.
Right.
Now, why is a white person saying that? We're not allowed to say that kind of stuff.
Right. It kind of goes back to what we've been saying, that you're the ones that are going to have to say
Right.
this. It's me saying it
Exactly.
goes in one ear and out the other.
But people are shocked going, wait a second.
Right.
There are other people out there like Dirty that believe this way?
Exactly. And tell me if what he's saying does not make perfect sense.
Now look. Now, unfortunately, I'd be able to, as our great prosecuting attorney of St. Louis County, Wesley Bell says, I would be able to pull my WP card.
Right.
If that would have happened to me.
Right, exactly.
Where this family...
It wouldn't have even escalated
No,
that
it wouldn't have.
if it had been a white family.
Right, you're right. 100%.
What's puzzling to me, and again, I can't remember just what he showed so far, as far as the police attacking this.
Well, he's getting ready to talk about the facts and what's in their police report.
The thing about it is, just like I said, when they took him back to the store, the manager didn't even want to press charges.
Nope.
So who called the police?
Exactly.
Where did this come from, and why did it escalate the way that it did?
Exactly. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the store manager probably did call the police, and then when the family... Well, okay.
I mean, is it really... Okay, you used to manage a store.
Yeah.
Somebody came in there and stole something that was worth $1.
No.
Did you call the police?
No.
Did you fill out a report for the store?
No. Not really. But in this day and age, people are so afraid of their jobs. You know what I'm saying?
For $1?
Listen, I agree with you.
Did not just take $1 out your pocket and just...
Probably. I mean, I worked at Blockbuster Video. Do you know how many times we had people coming in and stealing video games and DVDs? And we just wrote it off to loss of prevention.
Right. But you don't remember calling the police?
No, never.
Right. And then to where it escalates to the point where you're thinking that these people are gun-toting drug dealers.
Because, Linda, they're black. They are.
Even
that's what we're taught. Yes. Doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
Nope.
And this is why I love Ava DuVernay's When They See Us, and the reason why she entitled it the way that she did. Because unfortunately, what you're about to see is the reaction that you get from the police when they see us. All right.
So I just had to interrupt it. I can't believe there's another white person speaking out about this.
Yep.
This is an outrage, Linda.
There's a few of you guys.
This is an outrage. Right. Every white person should be standing up saying, no, we can't say this.
Yep.
Everybody's evil except if you're not white.
Yep.
That's what needs to be said. Ain't that what we're taught?
That's what you guys are taught.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's sad, right? So here we go.
Watch it. And then watch the videos of this incident again. Try to count how many of the points that I talked about that create bad shoots, that create excessive force, that happen in the video. It's a textbook. Okay, so you've watched it. All right, welcome back. Time, distance, and cover was not used. And it should have been, especially with the knowledge that kids were present. Made it that much more important. They didn't. They Starsky and hutched it right up to the car. There was one guy who used cover. At that point, if you become in fear for your life of a crying woman holding kids, well, that's on you, because you put yourself in that situation. This isn't new stuff. This has been around for more than a decade. One person gives commands. Not there, though. Not in Phoenix. Put your hands up. Get out of the car. Which one gets your shot? Which one are you going to kill her over and say, well, she wasn't following her commands? You give conflicting commands and people die. As far as I'm concerned, if that happens, that should be murder. This has been known long enough that every department should be acting on this. Auditory exclusion. I didn't think I needed to cover the fact that threatening to kill someone, bust a cap in them, would be a traumatic experience and can trigger auditory exclusion. At that point, you can't say you're not complying. Once you've done this, once you have put them in that state of mind, auditory exclusion is a possibility. So from that point forward, it's on you.
Okay. We're talking about this while we have the microphones down, right? And I say, I'm not saying it's the best part about it.
He said that's the best part.
No, here's why I'm saying it. What police officer should say, I'm gonna bust a cap in you if you don't stop?
Exactly.
I mean, come on. That's like that. No, that's straight gangster stuff.
Right, and also, if I'm not mistaken, told the mother who was holding the baby,
Yeah.
put your motherfucking hands up, or I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. And she was like,
Yeah.
holding the baby.
Right. Well, we'll get because he gets into that too.
So, okay.
But I mean, you see what I'm like? What cop? If you're a police officer, Linda,
Yeah.
okay, and you're responding to this, are you going to say to somebody, if you don't cooperate, I'm gonna bust a cap in you?
And see, that's why I like what he said. He said, it's like you're dealing with just a regular street gang.
Right.
So the police have become a street gang. Right. And then,
I'm just like,
and then here's the sad part. You're attacking our people using our vernacular.
yeah,
So you got
right.
you know,
I'm just saying though, but I mean, you're a police officer, Linda. You pull me over. You're gonna tell me, hey, white boy, if you don't cooperate, I'm gonna bust a cap in your ass.
right.
Would you say that?
I don't think you'll even find a black police officer that
No.
deserves
Just say that.
shit like that.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna finish this because see, they also make sure that their body cams turn on.
Yes. Well, no, I know. Apparently, no, because I did research. In Phoenix, they don't have body cams. It's not mandatory for them to wear body cams.
This is why they have the highest number of, and I think he's going to talk about
Yep.
that.
And here we go.
Okay.
It's on you. And from the video, even though the officer is saying you're not complying, it certainly appears that he was. Became afraid of their own shadows because they put themselves in a situation they didn't need to be in. They have bought into the propaganda that apparently a shoplifter is going to kill them. And you can hear it. Anybody who has ever been in one of those situations, when they're listening to those videos, they hear it. They hear panic. The inability to self-help. You can hear it in the voices. If you are that afraid of a situation like this, and you cannot control a situation like this, you're in the wrong job. You're going to get yourself or an innocent killed. Not a bad guy. That's not going to happen. It's going to be you, an innocent, your partner. It's not going to be the person that needs to go. Something that I think is definitely being missed is the ideologically motivated thing. One of the people standing near somebody filming, you could hear them. When it started to get really crazy, you hear them, hey, hey, hey. How long until that becomes pop, pop, pop? When you behave like this, you turn the populace against you. Your actions become an officer safety issue. You're going to get somebody killed. You're going to get somebody killed. When you have civilians that are fighting not to intervene, even though they're surrounded by officers, You're out of line. That's what we call an indicator. We write the report, right? According to what's coming out, there was no use of force. Seems like it was in the videos. None of this was in the reports because we write the report. There was no de-escalation attempted. Not on any of the videos from any of those angles. None. That's not actually covered because it's the modern era and I didn't think that was necessary. And then there's no body cameras used. Now all this is tactical and people are saying, oh, body cameras are a policy issue. It's also tactical. It is also a tactical issue because when a situation like this arises, you can go back and you can look at all of the things that went wrong. And in this case, a lot of things went wrong. You can hot wash it after action. You can stop it from happening again. Unless, of course, you don't comply with the regulations. Didn't comply. What happens to civilians when they don't comply? I don't think the people that are demanding these officers be fired are asking too much. On to policy. Use of force. I'm not familiar with Phoenix's use of force policy. I'm not familiar with it. If this is within it, you need a change of policy. You need a change of policy, period. Period. The no body cameras thing, obviously, because that allows them to just, well, rewrite the report. There were omissions, apparently. I haven't been able to see them, but according to everybody, there were things that were left out, and it certainly seems that way. Again, we write the report, right? But now your credibility's gone. And then there's one other thing that is very important that I think is being missed. Those kids. When they got handed over. Now, personally, I believe the people that took those kids, I think you're heroes. And I don't use that word lightly. I think you may have saved lives in more ways than one. At the same time, it certainly appears from the conversation on the film that they didn't know each other. Woman was so terrified that she handed her kids over to somebody, a stranger, or somebody she barely knew, didn't know what apartment she was in. I've seen that before. Congratulations, Phoenix PD. You're on par with death squads. Now, if something had happened to those kids, who's to blame? Phoenix PD. And then there's the big issue. The brass is acting like they found out about this via the videos. If this is my department, everybody on scene, every officer on scene is gone. Because that means nobody put paper on these guys. Nobody put paper on the perpetrators. Nobody filed a report. Nobody put accurate information in the report. Now, to me, they're gone. That's what should happen. If it was my department, that's what I would do. I'm not sure how you can get around that because now every defense attorney in the city is going to try to get their names. And then from that point forward, no report they write is going to be worth anything. Isn't it true that you omitted facts in this report? So how can we trust this one? The situation was horrible. And the fact that the department is trying to justify it over the fact that they maybe were shoplifting or maybe had a suspended license, nobody cares. You threatened to kill a mother in front of her kids. Yeah. Nobody cares. And this is in a department that has systemic issues. The longer this drags out, the worse it's going to be. department needs to make its decisions and let the chips fall where they may. If you drag this out, it's just going to get worse. Your credibility's already shot. You need to make your decision on what you're going to do. And it really should include cutting these people a check. A big one. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.
Let me take care of some stuff real quick. Turn this down, and then I'm gonna exit. You know, it's amazing, Linda, when we're trying to do all this ourselves, right?
You have to try.
But you know, we manage somehow, right? So there we go. So I found a lot of the stuff that he said in this very telling, very telling for America. And what really scares me, and I will go back to saying it now, mind you, we don't come on this show every Tuesday to bash cops. I mean, we understand there are good cops and there are bad cops. There are cops that actually follow the rules sometimes. Right. And so that's going to kind of lead us into that next story that we were talking about, that we had talked about. But you're looking up what the chief of police said in Phoenix, correct? Okay, so yeah, you're good. Well, you can read it, or do we have a video? Oh, okay. So what is it? I'll Google it now. Oh, what he said is that there's a lot of things that need to be changed, and how there was no what's that, de-escalation used, none whatsoever. You come rolling in like you're Starsky and Hutch, which, I mean, if you were a cop, that kind of would be fun. You know, come running in like, do you remember Starsky and Hutch still back in the day?
And I, you know what, Ernie, and I think as we go back and we look at, and I know you were being facetious when you said that, but I really believe that there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
I believe that to them, that's fun.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And actually, you know, sitting at a desk and filling out forms and doing reports is not fun.
Oh God, I hate when I'm in the office.
So
Hate when I'm in the office.
that's fun to these
Yeah.
people. Now, they know, they have enough sense not to do it to their white counterparts because they
Right.
know that they'll catch hell for that.
Oh yeah.
But it's okay to do it to us because it's sport to them. It is actually like a hockey game. It's a sport. And
Go on, say it.
I don't understand why people are not understanding this. It's just mind-boggling to me that people are not understanding that these cops are getting off doing this.
Right.
That there was nothing. There was no guns.
Nothing.
There
There's
was nothing.
nothing.
Come on now, you're talking about a $1 Barbie doll,
Right.
family doll,
exactly.
and you're going to use this type of excessive force.
And what he said, he was right about the people that took the lady's child
Right. Exactly.
to save that child's life.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's really what it was. They took that child to save that child's life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
And how sad is it? Just like he mentioned too, you basically had the crowd trying to de-escalate the situation.
and right, and
not the police.
and here's the problem is, you know, and Linda, I say it all the time. You know, you said that you were all for the National Guard coming in
Right.
and helping police the North St. Louis areas that are really shitty. I said that's dumb. I don't think they should do that because now once you've done that, you've literally made that area a militarized zone.
But dirty. Okay, first of all, I just sent you the video
On
about the cop.
on YouTube.
Yep.
Or
I
wait.
just sent it to your email.
Okay, so I got to get to my email.
But see, again, with the issue with the problem with the city of St. Louis, I'm never one for escalating it to the point where you're involved in the military. Okay. However, we just had another issue with another cop drinking on the job.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I mean, 100% right. I can't disagree with you.
Right. So if you've got the cops not really doing their job, okay.
But here's the thing: is I'm trying to get out of Nazi Germany. I'm trying to. I don't want our country to become Nazi Germany.
You missed the boat.
That's true.
I mean, we've been Nazi Germany since I was in my freaking teens.
Oh,
I'm
you got a
61 years
point.
old.
All right, so here's the response. Here's the response from the police chief
Okay.
of Houston, or not Houston.
Okay.
What's that place called? Phoenix. Of what he has to say about it.
Okay.
Held at gunpoint, Aisha Harper, 5 months pregnant with her 2 young daughters.
All right, I'm going to pause that right there. As you heard Bo say, you're giving conflicted commands. Let me see your hands. Put your hands up.
Exactly.
This person is scared. What can they do? You hear her say, I can't put my hands up. I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant and I'm holding the baby.
Right, okay.
You're holding the infant there?
It didn't show because
Yeah,
they didn't show it because it was in the video. See, they just go right from the cop car to here. But let's go back.
I think they do show her at one point.
Oh, at one point they do.
Yeah.
So right here, you see it.
Because you can see her.
I can't put my hands up.
Yep,
I have a fucking baby in my hands. I can't. I'm pregnant.
exactly.
Now, first of all, you shouldn't have ran up on the car saying, get out of the fucking car.
Not one time did they go up there, even introduce who they were, because if I'm not mistaken, they pulled up in
Starsky and Hutch it.
unmarked cars.
Right.
They did not come in the regular car.
Yeah, all right, so here we go.
Harper's fiance drove on handcuffed by another officer.
Now, according to the way this video looked, he was doing nothing. He was complying with the officer.
Exactly.
Did he need to be kicked?
Not
No,
at all.
did not.
And in the police report, did the officer put in there that he kicked? He said, no, I told him to spread his legs.
Right. Yeah, he told him.
You're talking about a bunch of lying pieces of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the fact that, okay, we're going to talk to this police chief, because why do they still have fucking jobs?
Exactly.
Telling me that you've got them on desks does not mean anything.
Doesn't mean
when
nothing.
they can still pay their bills.
Exactly.
This
So
makes
let's
no
go on.
sense. Right.
To be a rage and just bang on windows and yell slurs. I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
The confrontation in May because police say the parents had stolen from a nearby dollar store. Today, the police chief is speaking out.
I am with everyone in the community who's angry, who's outraged.
The officers in the video have both been moved to desk duty.
I know this department is better than that. I know our community is better than that.
The family now plans to sue the Phoenix Police Department for $10 million.
It was the scariest time of my life. I have never been in a situation like this.
Let's stop right there.
So
Okay, so hold it. Let's pull it back just a little bit.
okay.
Where the lady, like you said, she was so frightened, she gave her child to a total stranger.
Right here.
So her baby would not get hurt. Right there. Go ahead.
Now that's
Start
sad.
it right there.
Now, Linda, this is
Let's go ahead and start it right there.
this is sad. Here's what I want to say
And then
about
I want
this.
you to look at her pregnant stomach.
Right.
They didn't give a shit.
No.
At one point, you actually see an officer pushing her.
Right.
Right. And for the white men that are always talking about how they don't want you to abort your kids, they don't mind killing them if they're in your stomach, especially if you're suspected of being a robber.
Hey, listen. You stole a dollar doll. That's big time. That's big time. Ain't that a misdemeanor?
It's the craziest shit in the world.
It's retarded, is what it is. All right, so let's go on.
Sue the Phoenix Police Department for $10 million.
It was the scariest time of my life. I have never been in a situation like this.
Jay-Z has now reached out offering to help the family with legal expenses, and the mayor of Phoenix tweeting, I refuse to let this type of behavior to go unchallenged, and announcing a community meeting on Tuesday with the police chief.
At the end of the day, I have to take responsibility and be accountable.
Molly Hunter, NBC News.
NBC.
Now, that was courtesy of NBC News, NBC Nightly News.
Exactly.
Uh,
Do want to remind you guys that we do use our Fair Usage Act, where we can actually look at these other videos for entertainment and educational
Right.
purposes.
Now, let's look at the video, okay? So, now, you could say that the video was doctored. Well, hold on. I'm gonna play devil advocate, because I already know, because the next thing we're gonna talk about, I already know how you feel, and I feel a little differently about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep, I do.
Okay. So we could but here's what I'm gonna say. This was done for NBC Nightly News, courtesy of them. Thank you very much. Under the Freedom Act, We're allowed to use that under educational and entertainment purposes.
Correct.
So they had to cut it down to make it fit to the TV, to make it fit for their TV, right? You know, you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
TV segment. So what's going to happen, and this is what's going to happen, the people are going to be on there going, well, they don't show the whole video.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I think you actually have a blogger that actually...
And there you go.
And you know what, Dirty? Let's be real. There are going to always be people you're never going to be able to convince them.
Exactly. You're not.
That they're not, that what they're seeing is not real.
Right. Now, here's what I'm going to say. First of all, the police should have never ran up on the car like that.
No.
First of all. Okay?
It's almost like they have absolutely no training.
Right.
When it comes to black people.
Right, yeah.
See, go ahead, because I'm going to tell you, there was another video. Go ahead and see if I can find
Which one are you talking about?
Well, there was one where they arrested this white guy.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up actually physically attacking the cop.
And they just tased his ass. Right, yeah. Right.
So why can't you do the same thing?
Hey, the taser
Right,
and the gun
right.
feels the same.
Is that what it is?
That's what they say.
Is that what they tell you?
Ain't that what she said? When she shot that lady over the stakes?
Who is this?
That cop that shot the lady over the stakes. My taser and gun feel the same.
Oh, is that what the one over at because that just happened
That
recently
idiot.
here in
That
the
idiot.
Ladue area.
Right, exactly. That moron.
Well, see, the sad thing is that they know that there are certain phrases that they can say that will get them off.
Now, listen. If I'm this police chief, okay,
Right.
black female, I understand. Okay,
Okay.
I understand that she has a job that she has to do. Okay, but when you see blatant insubordination like this,
Okay.
she needs to do something.
Okay.
She needs to do something. I mean, unfortunately, and I hope the mayor asked for these two men to be removed from the force
Okay.
without pay and all of that. I literally hope the mayor asked that.
Okay.
And I hope
Now, which one is this?
I'm talking about the whole thing in
In
Phoenix.
Right. Oh yeah, they need to be fired immediately.
Oh yeah, with hands down, need to be fired.
Right.
You know, it's just BS, and it's like I've always said. It's like I've said. You know, listen, anything that has to do with the police, it needs to have an outside investigation done.
Right.
By like the FBI or somebody like that. It cannot be done by the internal police department.
It
can't.
Cannot police the police.
Right, or it needs to be like the state troopers or the U.S. Marshals or something like that.
Right. And guys, here's the thing. Because we're going to talk about another one. The Dirty brought to my attention. And I was like, well, as far as I'm concerned, the guy was 100% in the wrong. So I can't even defend him. Because sometimes you just have to really get in there and find out what really happened before you even start to try to form an opinion.
Correct.
And I know a lot of the times it seems like, just like Dirty said, we're always finding these videos that shows the cops doing something wrong. However, when you've got a majority of your community dying at the hands of cops,
Yeah,
and nobody is taking responsibility for it, except when they're black cops that are accidentally shooting white people.
right. Yeah,
They're held accountable.
exactly.
You know. So at what point, and this is my question to Black America, at what point are you going to wake up and say, you know what, this is crazy? There are definitely two justice systems in America. One for the whites.
Yeah, and
one
I
for the blacks or the people of color.
100% agree with
One
you.
for the poor. Right.
Okay, so
Right. Is that the one?
Is it? I'm trying to find it. I tried to find it. Well, now they're saying this is from.
Go back up to the front. To the
Maybe he
top.
just went to jail. Maybe this guy just went to jail and this was just being reposted.
Oh, could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, if this isn't a new video, then I don't want to show
We
it.
don't want to show it because we really just want to kind of stick to. And like I said, if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Right? Yeah.
It's just I cannot defend you if you're wrong. but you know what? I don't understand.
Oh, here it is, right here.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, we found it. Okay, so this was.
Oh, this was in Orlando.
Yeah, this was in Orlando.
Okay,
Okay, now,
here it is.
and this is from CBS 4 in Miami. Now, again, we don't always bash on the police officers.
Right.
Sometimes some actually do their job. Am I right?
Yeah, some of them.
Some actually do.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna find this really, really weird about this, so we're gonna play this video for you. So again, where did I say this is from? CBS 4 in Miami,
Okay.
out of Orlando, courtesy of KMOV is how we found the video.
CBS local, and we found it on KMOV.
Yes, so here we go.
Dragged in a car by a suspect trying to get away. The dead end, you got caught. Now the officer pulled the driver over, noticed marijuana residue inside the car. That's when police say the driver took off, dragging the cop at speeds of up to 60 miles an hour. It wasn't until the driver slammed into a parked car that they finally came to a stop. The driver faces several charges, including attempted first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer and kidnapping. He's being held in the Orange County Jail right now without bond.
Okay, now here's what I'm gonna say.
Right.
Linda's gonna disagree with me because I already know she's going to. Okay, now you go and Google it. You can find it. You can see where there's another video where the guy gets out of the car, and he darts back into the car,
Okay.
gets scared, freaks out,
Right.
takes off. You know, the cop did say some unsavory words
Okay.
to the guy. He goes, "Stop this car! I'm gonna shoot you inward."
Right.
Okay. Now I'm not condoning that,
Right.
but here's what I'm gonna say. I can understand why this guy ran.
And why do you think he ran?
Because in this day and age, and I've said it 100 times on this show,
Okay.
I say it all the time, right? This is 2019. It is sad that grown men, black men, have to walk out of their house in fear to not be able to come home.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Now, are you ready?
Go on.
Okay. Now, here's my take on this. Unless this guy has not been watching any freaking news, how dangerous is it? No matter, even if you do have a small amount of marijuana,
Right.
You said it was like a bowl full from
Yeah, I mean, they were saying it was like residue from like a one hitter.
Dude, why would you freaking run? Are you not paying attention that they're trying to take your life? When you run, it's like when you're hunting. Have you ever?
Yeah.
Have you ever hunted?
Yeah.
What did you hunt?
Rabbit, squirrel, deer.
When did your adrenaline start kicking in? Once you saw them running?
Right, yeah.
You chasing them?
Yeah.
Same thing here.
Right.
Why the hell would you run?
But okay.
Take your fucking chances. Come on now, Dirty.
I see your point. That's the sad thing because we talked about this. I said I see your point.
Right.
And like if you go onto the Facebook post, there are people that are defending both people. Now here's what I'm saying. Thank God the dude didn't die. Thank God, because you saw him. They pulled him out of the car. They arrested him.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he probably got roughed up a little bit.
He dragged the cop.
Yeah.
60
miles an hour for a half a mile.
He did good. He's still breathing.
Exactly.
For real.
So that's what I'm saying.
But Dirty. Okay, so my issue would be number one with him
Mm-hmm.
and whoever is the parent figure, because he looked like a young kid.
Yeah.
You don't run.
Let me tell you, if that was my kid,
Not nowadays.
what would you do if that was Travis at that age?
He would know not to run.
I'm just saying, let's just say he did. They call you and say, Mrs. Brown, we have your son here. I know exactly what you did. You'd be like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
And when I get there, open the cell
Yes. Because
and give me your nightstick because I'm going to tan his hide.
he knew better.
Right, yeah,
He
exactly.
would have known better. You don't run.
Right, yeah.
I mean, come on now. Let's just be real. That just makes it worse.
And that's the sad thing. In this day and age, it does.
Right.
You know, that's why I'm saying, and that's why I could see why he would run.
But now look at the charges.
I mean, now he could have just possibly got a misdemeanor
Thank you.
and had to pay a ticket
Right.
of $1,000.
Right.
And we looked it up. The probation was like
Right.
3 months probation.
Now you got a murder charge.
Now you got an attempted murder, and guaranteed
Yeah.
attempted first-degree murder. It'll probably get if anything, if he gets a good lawyer. Hopefully, he gets a good lawyer.
Doesn't mean anything.
That's true. I mean, it might get dropped down to second degree because we all know what attempted.
Manslaughter, maybe.
Yeah, because we all know what first-degree murder is. It's with the intent
Okay.
that you've planned it out.
I'm going to say this again. I try to say this every Sunday on my Sunday brunch show. Black people have to wake up and realize we're living in a different reality.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
I mean, it is.
You cannot. First of all, why are you driving and smoking in your fucking
Yeah.
car? I don't care.
And especially in a state where it's illegal.
And I don't. Guess what? Even if it was in a state that's legal, it's the same setup with the
Right? Yeah.
carry.
Well, not just that. It's the same as drinking and driving.
No. Drinking and driving is the law. You can't do that.
Well, I mean, well,
The conceal and carry.
right? Yeah. I see what you're. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, as soon, just like what was my boy Orlando Fastille, Orlando or whatever.
Yeah.
Fastille,
Uh-huh.
he told the cop, "I have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I have a permit for a conceal and carry."
Uh-huh.
Shot the fuck out and killed him anyway.
Oh, you're talking about the guy in North Carolina
Exactly.
changing his tire.
No, he was in the car with his girlfriend and their 4-year-old daughter. In the
No, and then there was the guy in North Carolina that was changing the tire. The cop pulled up on him, and he shot and killed him, and he even said the same thing, too.
I don't remember that one. See if you can find that.
All right, I'll have to look that one up.
Because everybody know who I'm talking about.
I know the other one you're talking about, too.
Right. So again, it's just set up. So parents, you're gonna have to just start talking to your kids. If you're in a state that allows you to legally purchase your marijuana, go pick it up, put it in the trunk of your car because you're not supposed to have it in the cab of your car. Did you know that?
Right, yeah.
See, I've been looking at the roof.
Yeah.
My sister getting ready to talk about legalizing it here. Put it in the trunk, take your ass home, then get high. Don't do it in your car.
Well, because, I mean, in Colorado, they'll get you for, like, you're drinking and driving under the influence.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, don't even get me started. This generation...
Let's see.
He's looking up something for me that he saw. Man shot by own booby trap after feeding squirrels. Okay.
What an idiot. You deserve to get
Workers
shot.
killed while servicing tires.
Let's see. Maybe it is the same guy you were talking about then. I could have swore he was changing a tire.
No. This guy was sitting in the car.
Okay, maybe it is the one you were talking about then.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys, again, I'm about to see if we need to release a new travel book. Remember they came
The
out
Green
with
Book.
Green Book? I'm going to call it the Brown Book because it's going to be by Linda D. Brown Publishing. And just say, hey, these are the places where you can feel comfortable doing this, and you can feel comfortable not doing
it's sad that it's in this day and age that's what we have to do.
I keep telling people that want to know the truth. Those of you that go to church, it's a tribulation. If we're the chosen people, look at all the murders, they're killing them left and right. Left and right. And what did I tell you, Dirty?
Yeah.
Here's another thing that we don't talk about, but Dirty and I talk about it. So of course, we're going to talk about it on the show. Do you notice that it's mostly heterosexual men that are getting killed with families? You don't see any homosexual men getting killed.
Right. Yeah. No, you're not.
Right. Are you on my? Oh, that's your page.
No, this is me. I was just looking.
Oh, and let's talk about the Dominican.
Oh yeah, we
Republic.
will.
Oh yeah, because
Shit.
8:31.
We've been broadcasting for an hour. We haven't done any of our plugs yet.
Oh, let's do our plugs.
This is One Nation Network TV in association with. You see right behind us, Linda. Right here. One Universal Production right behind us. That looks good behind us, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
We broadcast live every Tuesday. You're hot?
It's hot as heck up in here.
And we have half the lights out tonight.
I know, right? Yeah,
I am Dirty. Sitting next to me. Sitting next to me is the one, the only, the best-selling author on Amazon.
The sweaty Linda Brown.
Hey, Linda,
Yes.
camping. It's camping season. Barbecue season just around the corner.
Ooh, yes.
We were talking about that.
Yes.
We're talking about it. I need some new spices.
Yes, you do.
So you know where I gotta go?
You got to go to grocerybagsbagz.com.
That's right.
And Dirty. I mean, the spice, their spicing is so good.
It's ridiculously good.
I have not been to the store to go and replenish any of my stuff because
Yeah, you don't need to.
No.
You don't need to.
And when I get ready to get low, I'm going right back to grocerybags.com.
That's right. With the Z.
Absolutely.
With the Z. And
Grocerybags.com.
that's right. And, you know, our favorite place, we actually drove by it today.
Yes, we do.
Joni's Pizza, 804 Russell Boulevard, right here in St. Louis. They can even ship it out to you.
There you go.
You know?
Right.
So go to Joni's Pizza on Facebook. Look it up. I mean, they got everything. Tony's favorite thing now is their spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, okay.
Tony loves it.
Ooh.
You know, and another one of your favorite plugs that I can't stand, the IKC with 3 Ys,
Right.
live on Twitch.
Live on Twitch.
Go check him out for all your streaming needs.
And make sure if you got kids that are on the internet playing these games,
That's right.
that they're watching him.
That's right.
Because he's someone that we consider safe.
Yeah, I mean, he'll cuss because he's an idiot, but...
Look who his daddy is.
Right, yeah, exactly. But Linda's new favorite plug,
Right,
and she's going to be joining us July 2nd.
Yes, and that's unique. Oh, no.
Unique Unicorn Pearls.
Is it Unique Unicorn?
Yeah.
That's why I always get it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Unique Unicorn Pearls, and I love unicorns. So Kylie will be with us.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you, I sat there and I watched her. I watched
Right, you did.
a video with her, and it's just amazing that she actually, Dirty, sits up and she opens up the oysters and gets the pearls out.
Right.
And she submits it with your order,
Right,
so that way when it comes back to you, you have your whole ensemble, which
Right.
is the trinket that you purchased, the pearl that she picked out,
mm-hmm.
and now you have. And so I'm really looking forward to that.
And make sure you donate. Make sure you go and buy stuff from Kylie.
Yes.
After July 14th.
Before July 14th, Dirty doesn't want it because we're going to beat Dirty.
No, July 14th, she's going to donate all that money to a cause that's close to us, KFS,
Right.
for our little buddy Wyatt.
And we need to donate when?
After July
Don't
14th.
pay attention to Dirty. There's a reason why he's trying to tell you that. Tell us why you're lying about the date.
I'm not. That's just when it's supposed to happen.
No, not at all. I think they're going to, if we get to a certain amount that we donate, I think what some of the wrestlers are going to beat on Dirty.
Yeah, no, we don't care about that.
We're looking forward to
We don't
that.
care about
We
that.
Really are.
Nobody cares about that.
But one of the charities that we are,
KFS.
KFS.
It affects our little buddy Wyatt,
Exactly.
who's one of our biggest fans.
Yes. Wyatt he was all on your DCS show last night.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
which I'm trying to see, and I'm not seeing them
I know, right?
on here tonight.
Are we not getting?
Well, we're still doing the chat room's still new to us,
okay.
so we're still trying to figure it out
Right.
with YouTube.
But we just want to try to get everybody that used to watch us over on YouTube, Facebook.
Right,
Come
yeah,
over
yeah,
and
yeah,
join
yeah.
us. And eventually we're going to go ahead and hopefully broadcast from our website.
Right. Which actually, we probably should cut the show a little short tonight so we can work on that.
We really should.
Because
Let me
you're
tell you why.
sweating.
You see this, huh?
I do.
I know, right? Dirty, and we should do that because unfortunately YouTube is talking about
Right, exactly.
back and censoring some of the people.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we definitely,
Can you believe we've been on for an hour already?
know, right? But you know what? Before we leave, I do want to show. Let's look at the
Oh, yeah, because you just see you're doing this. Just listen. You're only doing this to irritate me.
What?
Because you know I'm going on that cruise. I'm going to Aruba. I'm going to the Dominican Republic. You're doing it just because you want to ruin my cruise. That's all you're doing it for.
Oh my goodness!
I know it is.
Okay, so don't pay any attention to him. Here is some safety concerns. If you're talking about going to the Dominican Republic, I would tell you don't go. And I used to be, you're talking ex-TWA American Airlines employee.
And this is from CBS Dallas Fort Worth from them. So we want to say thank you to them for letting us use this. And so here we go. Let's listen to Linda trying to ruin my cruise because that's what she likes to do.
Well, hey, let's try to keep you safe.
You know, you said that. Okay.
You say that like you don't believe me.
No, listen. So I told the wife, I'm like, I was like, you know what Linda was telling me? She's like, I know. There's people dying in the Dominican on vacation. She goes, I'm getting a little nervous. I go, nervous? I don't even want to go on the goddamn cruise, and you're making me go. We're going. So we're gonna
get off the boat in the Dominican.
Well, I'm getting off the boat,
and you should be okay.
I'm getting off the boat.
Okay, well, I'll be looking for a new co-host, like I said.
You want to tell them the plugs or where do you go? You want to tell them where they can send their resume?
Yeah, spokenwordpress2010@gmail.com.
We do have 2 more sponsors. The South Broadway Athletic Club,
right.
the MMWA Wrestling,
Exactly.
July 13th,
Yes.
the big July show and Christmas. Hey, bring some bears, because what they're doing is they collect teddy bears.
I heard somebody.
They collect teddy bears, and what they do is they give them to the first responders and the police officers for the children who were in, like if a house burns down, and and that's a very traumatic thing for children. And they give the teddy bears to the children, so it takes the child's mind off of that. And it's just a way for the community, just a way for the police department and here in St. Louis, and something that they've been doing for a few years now to try to bridge these gaps. That they've been working on. I mean, is it really working? No.
Definitely bring teddy bears.
Yeah, bring teddy bears, because they'll donate it to that, to the Backstoppers and stuff like that.
How cool is
And then also go to Amazon.com.
No, One Nation Network TV.
Well,
and then click on shop, because you can get
that's right. I forgot you have it linked to that. So go on.
You can get my paperbacks on the website. I am setting up the audiobooks on. You'll be able to listen to those be able to get those on Audible.
Oh, yep.
And also the ebooks also on Amazon,
right.
Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. This is travel concerns. I think it's stupid. Still go to the Dominican Republic. She looks Dominican. She doesn't look too bad.
Listen to you.
Last year, 6 Americans have mysteriously died while vacationing in the Dominican Republic, including a Maryland couple and a Pennsylvania woman who died within days of each other at the same resort. Preliminary autopsies reveal all 3 had fluid in their lungs and respiratory failure. The FBI is helping with toxicology, but their deaths are not being investigated as crimes. And amid these investigations, those planning trips may have safety concerns, so we brought in North Texas travel agent Casey Carr to help answer some of your questions. Casey, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
How concerned should travelers be about this?
I think at this point, not that concerned. It's very early in this investigation. Not all of the details are out yet. And I think what makes this a story, and you and I were talking, that people die on vacation. This happens all the time. Thousands of people every year die on vacation, and you just never hear about them. I think the story here is that it's happened in such quick succession and at these same resorts. There's some kind of eerie circumstances surrounding it. So we don't know all the details. What we do is we look at the data. We take a step back, and when you look at the data, the Dominican Republic is an island of 10 million people. 2 million visitors every year just from the United States alone. And so when you look at those numbers, the numbers of incidents involving tourists, in that context, the number is really quite low. And so we kind of consider that when we're advising people to make their plans. But we understand why people are concerned also, and we have some of the same concerns. That's why the investigation is important. The FBI and the CDC are there now conducting their investigation, so we'll know a lot more soon. Specifically, the toxicology reports will come out so that we'll know if there was any kind of foul play, if there was some sort of accidental poisoning or something like that. But like I said, we don't know those things, and it's important not to speculate at this point.
And we should mention that officials are saying they're fully cooperating. They believe these are isolated incidents. That said, what kind of questions should you be asking?
Oh, okay, Linda. Look, we got to talk about this. Okay. Now, look. He said the Dominican Republic is an island of 10 million people, right? Uh-huh. Says 2 million people alone come from the United States. Okay? So we're talking 9 people. That's less than 1%. I'll take my chances. Okay. That's just me. I know it. That's like you wanting to go to Africa and get malaria.
Even I've kind of backtracked off of that a little bit.
Yeah, because you're seeing over there what's happening.
Losing their mind over there.
That's why I'm saying I want to move to Antarctica. So I can see,
okay.
yes, because I want to see the alien bases
Oh, okay.
in Antarctica.
Okay.
That's what I want to see.
Gotcha.
You think I can? It'd be cold as shit.
I hear you.
All right, I'm gonna save my co-host
Okay.
because you guys do not. She is poor. I've never seen her sweat this much.
I'm not even sweating that much. I'm sweating a little bit.
Well, now you're not, but before you were like pouring buckets. It seemed like.
Boo, that poor baby. I keep trying to tell him. It's called, being a little older. We call those power surges. I'm sure my female listening audience that are my age understands what I'm talking about.
There you go. All right, so you want to wrap it?
Yep, let's go ahead.
Because we do have some things we have to get done
Absolutely.
while we're here.
On here now on our website.
Right. So with that being said, I am Dirty.
I am Linda B.
This is One Nation Network with association of One Universal Productions. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Go to our Facebook page, like it. Go to our YouTube page, subscribe.
Yes, please, and share it with others because we need to build up our audience, guys, so that we can do more and more stuff. Trust me.
And trust me, you never know what we're going to talk about. Just like
or who we might actually have on the air.
Exactly. And with that being said, we will see you guys
All right.
next week.